Hey guys, welcome back to another Doing It Russ. Today we are back working on another project from TWRAPS. We're going to be putting on some mud flaps today. Let's do it. Alright, so one of the reasons why I'm doing the mud flaps on the R1S is one of the things that I love so much about the vehicle is how big the rims and tires are. But if you are questioning whether or not you want to PPF the side of your car, here is one of the areas that rocks can actually get kicked up in. I know it's probably for aerodynamics, but that also leaves the side of your door panels exposed by rocks. So TWRAPS creates a mud flap that fits right in here that protects against the side of your car. And we're going to be putting those on today, along with those for the back, as well as you can see this tire extends out, and although not much will happen to the back of the vehicle, I am going to put them on for aesthetics and get that taken care of. Alright, so here we are at the front wheel. One of my recommendations for you when you're doing this install is first turn your driver's side wheel the opposite direction to give you the exposure to this area. The other nice thing about what TWRAPS does is it provides you with a bag of tools, so you really don't need any tools of your own. The other piece is there are certainly different types of mud flaps out there. I like this. It's flat, it's streamlined, it's nice firm material, and it's going to go up here, and it's going to protect this opening here, while also giving you a little bit of additional protection along the outside as well. And you'll know you have the right piece is because your holes for your screws will line up. Now, for the first piece here, I've already pre-loosened these, and I'll show you exactly what the installation looks like and how quick it goes just by loosening up these screws. I thought I had it loosened enough. And you're going to be provided with 2 Allen wrenches. The only one you'll need for the front is the small one. There is a big one. You'll use that for the back. Okay. We're going to go ahead and get our piece aligned and get this in here. And I'm just going to hand tighten these initially just to get it aligned. Pretty easy. I'm just aligning the holes and where my pieces go. I'm going to do one on the top and one on the bottom, and then I'll come back in the middle. Now you just have 4 screws here, easily aligned, perfectly aligned actually, and you'll come back through and you'll tighten each one of the screws up. And there you go. And once you have that in, you can see now this area is protected. And I don't know how much that'll mess with aerodynamics, but I can't imagine too much. And as you can see, that piece fits in there perfectly, giving you some additional protection on the side. All right, so we're going to move on to the back mud flap. And the way you know that you've got the right mud flap is the L will curve around basically the tire. The nice thing about these is these work with the R1T and the R1S. It all depends on where your bolts line up. And so I know I've got the top and the bottom, and the R1T will use this screw here. Now you will want to prepare this before you get into here, because there is a bracket that goes underneath right here, and I'll show you how to prepare that before you get started. Alright, so that bag of goodies that you got will have this L piece in it, and you're going to want to go from the front to the back in there, and you'll see that there is a screw hole that lines up. And what we'll do is you're provided with a screw that goes right into there. We'll feed that right in. I'm going to put a little washer on this side, and then there is a little nut that goes right here, and I'm just going to hand tighten this piece right onto there. Now once you've done that, this piece is ready to be installed. There are a couple other pieces we'll need, but that is what it will look like when it's all done. All right, so we're going to work on this back piece now. You're going to use the small Allen wrench to get these screws out right here. I've already done the bottom one. All right, so now we're ready to place this piece back in it where it goes. I'm just going to reuse the same screws, so we're just going to put that in its place. I'm just going to hand tighten that real quick. Remember, this is the top and bottom screw hole. I just made the mistake, and we'll go ahead and we'll get these tightened up real quick. Okay, because there is no screw on the bottom, that's what our bracket is for. So down here, if you don't screw it in, this thing would be flapping all over. So let me show you what you got to do. There's actually a screw right there that bracket is going to touch. And as you can see, there's a little bit of a gap, which is where our spacer comes in. All right, we are ready to screw this back piece in here. Now you have two options. TWRAPS provides you with a spacer and a longer screw that you can put the spacer in and screw this piece into it. Just like this, if you want this piece to be flush. Now you will need a Phillips head screwdriver for this particular piece. Or what you can do is take this piece out, and if you don't mind, you can, or maybe you don't have tools, you can actually use the original screw and screw this piece in. This particular piece will be pointed in an upwards direction though. That's what I'm going to opt for, just so I can keep everything original. And I want it nice and tight up against the back of the car. All right, and there we have it. Now that the bracket is in place, you can see that that's not moving at all. And as we step back, look how clean that looks. Looks super good, a lot of protection. All right, guys, there you have it. TWRAPS Mud Flaps installation. The whole process should take you no more than 10 minutes. And that's for a novice on doing these types of things. Again, all the tools provided minus the Phillips screwdriver if you want to use that spacer on the back piece. But the finished product looks fantastic. If you guys want a discount, gas gone for 10% off. Keep watching. We'll talk to you guys soon.